Hello, in this video I will be talking about library resources on leadership. On our library homepage, click the Help With button at the top and select Research. On the right here, we have research guides, so you can select Management. Hit Go. Our fourth tab over is Article Databases, and if you click on that, you will see our recommended list that you can select from. These will help you locate scholarly sources that you can use for research projects. Now today I'm going to point out 3 resources that will be Hoover's company profiles to locate a company and key people in that company, Business Source Complete for our biography, and ABIN form for some of the other articles we might use. To start, let's click on Hoover's. And you can see here I put in my company as my keyword, hit search. And for Kroger, we notice that the first result is the Kroger Co. Let's click on that and see what we find. So in Hoover Company Reports, you'll notice the table of content points out some key information. You'll want to look at the People and Biography section for your project on leadership. And if you scroll down to those pages, you'll notice it gives you information like the title of the person, so Rodney McMullen, who I'm going to select is the chairman of the board and the CEO. And some of the Hoover reports will actually have some biography information below. Mine does not, but that's okay, since I will look at some other sources to find it. Okay, so Rodney McMullen, let's go ahead and use him in our search today. So, going back to our list of databases for management, I'm going to select Business Source Complete right here. And when I click on that, it's going to generate a search just like this, where you can see I've typed in my person's name, Rodney McMullen, and the word biography. Okay, and hit that search button. And so I can see I got a good batch of results here. You are always welcome to limit by date range over here. I could say I want things from 2012 to 2022. I just want full text, click that box, that kind of thing. But I see my first result here. If I click on it, it is an article from the Supermarket News, and I can see when I'm just sort of scanning through here that it's telling me about McMullen, where he came from, how he joined Kroger. So I can see this would be a good article for a biography overview. You can always dig a little bit deeper by checking out some of the other articles in your search, and if you're not finding anything particular, feel free to reach out to me or some of your other librarian liaisons. Okay, so let's say you have your person, you've located some good biography information, and now you want to dig into some of the traits that this leader has. The best way to do that is to actually find articles where there are quotes from them. So going back to our database list here, I can see ABIN form at the top is going to be my best bet. And if you click on that, you can actually do a keyword search for your person using a couple of terms. So I could do their name, right, Rodney McMullen. And if you specifically want the time they're at the company, you might include that company's name. And this is where we're going to pull from our list of traits. So before I actually do the search, I'm going to show you a list of key terms. And so here's some terms from your textbook that you could pull into your search. So you could say, I want to search for coach or mentor, communication style, feedback, conflict management, things like that. These are just the words at the end of your chapters in your textbook. And you can see a sample search here that I'm going to try is Rodney McMullen and communication style. So let's go ahead and pop that string over. Right, we're going to take this communication style line and put it back in our search right here. And let's see what we find. Okay, so I've got a batch of results. It's quite large, 1,600 or so. And so what I could do is I could check out my first couple articles and take a look at where those keywords are picking up. Sometimes it's helpful for a project like this to keyword search for your person to see where they are actually mentioned in the article. So I can see in this one it says Rodney McMullen earns a certain amount. I can tell this article is not going to be useful, so I would then jump back and maybe refine my search, right? So maybe I want to see what scholarly journals cover this instead of just magazines. And when I click on scholarly, I can see this looks like a promising article. So if I click on that, we can see for McMullen that he is mentioned. Let me find him right here. Okay, and so he says, Rodney McMullen adds that you get questions from perspectives you hadn't thought of before, and this helps you avoid blind spots. So a quote like that shows me that he likes to take in feedback from other people, and he's a listener, right? So those are leadership traits that I can see in this statement that he's made. And then you could, of course, continue reading and pull more from there. It looks like he really emphasizes diversity, different perspectives, all of that sort of thing. So this would probably be a good article for showcasing those traits and noticing that his communication style must be more of a listener before he speaks kind of person. So some of the extrapolations you'll have to make will be based on these sort of snippets of text that you can get within the articles. So that's good to know. Your project also asks you to think about the organizational circumstances of this leader and how they're sustainable. And so a place that I recommend you consult, we're going to pop over to Google for this one. I recommend that you look at a company's CSR report, environmental report, sustainability report, different names, same idea. And for this project, we're not actually going to quote that report itself. So if I did like Kroger, CSR, sustainability, I can get a couple of results here. So we're not quoting the report that we find per se, but we're scanning it for information that we can use. And so when I look at that report, I'm keeping an eye out for any projects that this company champions or anything that our person that we're researching might say about sustainability. So I can see here's a Q&A from Rodney McMullen, but if I look through, I'll also notice they mention things like their zero hunger program. So maybe that would be something I could keyword search in the databases. I read this report earlier. They also talk about a loop program where they focus on recycling plastics and other resources. So then I could jump back to ABI Inform, and we'll just go back here to our databases page just so you can see the process. Okay, so I'm clicking ABI Inform. I am typing in Rodney McMullen and Kroger, and I'm going to change this facet to one of those programs I noticed information about, so the Zero Waste Project, and hit search. And so now this should pull up a batch of results about those programs, and you could actually look at the quotes from your chosen leader, in this case Rodney, and see what he had to say about the sustainability projects in his company. And so if you want to add other keywords like organization or other sustainability cues like recycling, environmentalism, you can definitely add those on as additional terms. But that's just how you would do a little bit more targeted search by using information from those sustainability reports. So then you're able to cite the scholarly sources in addition to the ones published by the company. You want to make sure you have a balanced perspective is the key thing. Finally, I know that you have to also talk a little bit about strategic leadership concepts. So for that one, just to go back to our key terms list here, you can use a different set of terms. And so you can see that you could use things like benchmark, strategy, advantage, mission, vision. Those are all keywords that are kind of going to pick up what's important to the company, and then make sure that you tag in your leader by adding them as a search term as well. So you can see I've come up with this search string, Kroger and Rodney McMullen, and strategy or mission or vision, and sustainability or sustainable. That's just so that I get the broadest set of results. And if I pop that search string into ABI Inform right here it is, and hit search, I'm going to get a completely different batch of results that are going to focus on what the company thinks is important. And so kind of just looking through, if I click on this fourth article, I can see that Kroger is focused on sustainability. They've got a quote from my leader here. So he says, "We are committed to continuing to integrate these metrics into our business strategy." Okay, so that tells me that Kroger does think sustainability is important, but then I also need to explain, what they're doing, so the projects they're working on, why they think it's important, and then sort of if you can find some statistical information, so some data to back up what they've done, that's really helpful too. So those are going to be the main sources that you will use for your leadership project. If you do need some assistance, you can always reach out to a librarian. I'm going to go back to the home page so you can see how. So on the home page, we have this Schedule Help Session button. If you click on that, you can then choose to meet with a librarian in person or virtually. Just click virtual for our example here. Select General Reference Assistance, and then if you'd like to meet with me, my name is Michelle Shea. I'm your business liaison. I can meet with you at any times indicated on my calendar. You can select a date, you can pick a time, and then just give me a little bit of information on who you are, what's a good student email to contact you, and then how I can help you. So you could tell me what the project is, which section of it you need help with. If you'd like to send me what you've got so far of your assignment ahead of time, I can take a look and then give you some strategic feedback on what research you might do next. So feel free to contact me, and the library is here to help you. So that's the end of my video. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great fall semester. Bye-bye.